Hello, we have a game and it is against dwarfs. Let's have a look at what they got going on. Not a ton yet. They only rolling 2 rerolls, which they can kind of get away with. One mighty blow that might be enough. Lots of guard and a decent runner. 4-1-1, very respectable start. And 60k to throw at us, which I think they're probably going to turn into 100k. Would be my guess. I'd be very surprised to see them just get a babe and call it. They're going to overspend on this and probably get like a... Well, they could get like Boomer or something, I suppose. That's a pretty reasonable use of money. Be nice if Elves had some cheap start players like that just are in for half a half. I don't know why there's not like a Dark Elf Assassin that you only get for, you know, that has Secret Weapon or something. That seems like it would be pretty reasonable. Anyway, let's see what they're gonna get. An extra long beard, okay. Interesting. I guess just a little extra insurance, or I suppose it lets them foul, right? So they're probably just going to foul us, and they'd rather do this than the bribe. Which I like to do sometimes as well. Because the bribe is only useful if you foul, whereas the extra player is useful if you get like a random casualty or something, or even KOs, right? $50k. Wow. Is he even better in the new rules, or is he pretty much the same? He's going on defense. Okay. Interesting. I mean, we don't really have, I mean, anything going on here that's a threat, right? So, kind of surprised. Yeah, I'm not excited. Do we do the dreaded Decker? Maybe. Oh, where? It really is. They should make all dwarfs start without block. I mean, in fairness, it's not like they wouldn't be good without block, right? They're still pretty, like, they're still one of the most tanky teams in the game. I suppose it would just make them like slow walks, so yeah, they wouldn't be so good then. Okay, I'll concede that. Although Thick Skull is pretty nice. Are we missing our... Did we lose our Agi 5 thrower? I don't remember now. But I don't see him, and I don't remember having any... Oh, we've only got 11 players, so I think we're missing him. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they'd be without tackle, right? There's no real reason why they need to have tackle. Kind of like reverse it and put it on the blitzers instead. That'd be cool. Bribes. I don't like that, because they're going to use that more than us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still trying to level up this catcher. I guess we'll try and level him up now. I should probably throw to this catcher. Come on, you can pick this up. Alright. That's how you elf. Great start to the game. Yeah, that would be actually quite interesting. I see where we're going here. I've got a feeling that this player is actually quite good. Their team is very min-maxy, right? 2 rerolls, very solid. No slayers, pretty solid. Guard everywhere, very solid. It just seems like it's set up to be very, oh, 50%? Okay, not as high as I thought then. I mean, not to say that that's bad. It's just I was kind of wondering, just the setup felt like it might be higher. I think I'm actually going to try and send somebody through here. Let's see, we'll pop you to here. Yeah. I think we've got to, like, sort of give him some stuff to think about, right? Do we still keep going is the question. I mean, yes, we do. I think applying like a tiny bit of pressure towards the back feels pretty good. Apart from the fact he's going to die, but that aside. Yeah, the team seems really efficient. So, and the setup and the way he faced up against like the Daka felt like pretty efficient as well. So it really feels like he kind of knows what he's up to. Now, is he going to go for tackle for security, or is he going to go for mighty blow for pain? I think I would go mighty blow because I wouldn't trust. I mean, I think I'd go tackle because I wouldn't trust mighty blow to get it done. Oh, he can push it into mighty blow, so even better. But is mighty blow reliable enough? I mean, you still do it, right? You don't drop a reroll on that when you've only got 2 rerolls. Beer, one day I'll get it, honest. Although I've been saying that for a while, so. Oh, he's gonna reroll. Okay, so we've got a reroll off him, but he is gonna kill Stratton Blues. Not just a KO is alright. Yeah. One day. I mean, this is an obvious problem, right? So how do you solve this? Do you just step back? Yeah, you just step back one. And then I think you are sorted. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, we can still one dice this and see what happens, right? Because if we get him down... there would be a space up through here. Now there's sort of a space through here. This guy needs to be more forwards. Alright. See what he does with this. I think we have a scoring threat. Yeah, we do. Doesn't kill him. Very nice. Might foul him. I played half a game against the AI just to see if it, yeah, partially how it looked, how it felt. I'm probably still going to run into some issues, though, I imagine, with like activations and stuff like that. So I dare say there could be some danger in that sense, but we'll see. Is he going to put another marker on that on that catcher? Yes, he is. Okay, okay. Is he going to foul that? He's probably going to foul that guy, right? No, I thought that's pretty restrained. I thought he might. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about going up the sideline if this is okay. That's not quite what we would have asked for. Okay. That was a tricky decision on whether to re-roll that or not, which I probably should have made before I did it. I kind of figured I wouldn't re-roll it, but in the moment you're like, maybe I should. But he can't get a ton as far over as he'd like. I don't believe. This guy is obviously going to get clobbered. The nice thing is this guy fell away from his players, so he has to kind of move people up to go mark him. You know, obviously this isn't ideal, but it is two of his guys in our backfield rather than in front of us. We're going to send this guy back here or something. As expected. Oh, I should have gone here. No, no, because then I get blocked by this guy. But maybe standing this guy up would be good, honestly. Just gonna blitz onto here. Yeah, in retrospect, I should have done that. Does this guy come and mark this guy? Yeah. Can I chain? Not as well as I'd like, honestly. Because I could chain this guy into here and push this guy to here, but it would take a blitz to do it. Yeah. Could chain this guy. Oh, I could do this. Why do we have to be the one that fails the GFI? You know what else is a pain? Tackle. Well, you've really just got to not roll ones if you're elves. You really, really do. If you can avoid rolling ones, they're much better than bash teams. But if you don't avoid it, they're just so much worse because bash teams are making 2 dice blocks, whereas you're making 1 dice dodges, right? So it's like, yeah, the fail state is not great. And that's why you can kind of get away, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all your tools just automatically don't exist, even at the base. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have tackle. Because then they'd actually have something to think about as well when they skill up, right? They'd be like, well, do we get do it, you know? Because now it's easy. They've got all the skills they already need. So it's like, well, just go guard then, and then I just go mighty blow. If they didn't have tackle, they'd actually have to be like, should we take a few tackle guys? Anyway. Doesn't feel the need to drop in the second reroll. Yeah, that's true. It is worse for those guys. I don't think it helps that every other game you play is against dwarfs, right? Because they're so reliable. And if it's not against dwarfs, it's against chaos dwarfs. So, you know, it's kind of... That's kind of unfortunate as well. I think this is our third dwarf matchup in 8 games as well. No, this might be our 9th game, actually. So 3 out of 9. So 1 in every 3 has been against dwarfs, which is obviously pretty horrific. Interesting. Doesn't really matter, does it? When you say you like dwarfs... At this point, we just gotta try and score, right? It's funny how easy it is to make dodges when they don't matter. I want to like dwarfs. I think the tackle might be the thing that makes me not like them, you know? I suppose it's the combination, really. It's the tackle and the block. It would be interesting to see... I suppose they're still the same in the new rules, but it would be interesting to see what happened if they got strong arm instead. Or if they'd just taken away tackle to see. I don't like dwarfs, but I think that's because I'm a elf player, so you know, obviously they're... Once they get a few levels, they're the worst team to play against. Yeah, exactly. Like if we hadn't rolled a few ones there, we'd be in a fine position. But I suppose the problem is, once you get out of position against them, they wail on you. And once they wail on you, you die. And then once you die, it becomes a horrible grind, right? But if that doesn't happen, then you manage to roll your 2+, you're good. And they suddenly look terrible. I mean, if you failed a GFI here or there, that would obviously make them look a bit worse as well, because he'd be not making these blitzes that he's tried to make and all that kind of stuff. Here's another one here. So, like, if he fails this GFI, for instance, then You know, that'd be pretty cool. Did drop a reroll into that and didn't get us, which is nice. So I suppose we're 1 in 36 to just put it in on turn 6. I'd rather put it in on turn 7, but we're not really in a great position to stall this out with no rerolls. Yeah. I think that's why it would be, I like the idea of no tackle, because that would mean they could spam guard, but it would be, when they would play against teams like elves, it would hurt them, which would mean that spamming guard wouldn't necessarily be the way to go. So I actually think there's some application for okay, he's got 2 turns. We could theoretically stop this, maybe. Yeah, because then the dwarf players are actually going to have to make some tricky decisions, because they're going to have to think, am I willing to be really good against Bash, but terrible against elves? Or am I gonna balance my team out a little bit and, you know, have a few tacklers as well? I think that would actually be really good. Because they'd still be really, really good. Obviously, if you take away tackle, they're still super good against Bash teams, right? Because they can spam that guard. But if they have to invest a little bit in tackle as well, it'd be really interesting to see how hard that hit their win rate. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there comes a point with dwarfs where you can't touch them, right? Especially if they get the numbers advantage as well, they just surround you with guard, and it's kind of game over. But the fact that they can take guard as a first skill on every single guy is kind of the problem, right? Because they don't need to worry about tackle. They don't need to worry about facing agi teams because they're already set up for that. So yeah, that would be interesting. And it would make them less painful against, as both of you mentioned, against stunties. So how's he going to play this? Because he's got kind of 2 scoring threats. My initial feeling is we try and... Can this guy get into scoring position? No, he can't. So he literally just has 2 scoring threats. So if he lets us hit 1 blitz, so we hit 1 blitzer and then try and screen the other, is the plan. As much as we can. Oh, he actually needs to GFI with them as well. Yeah, exactly. Apart from stand firm, which makes him even more obnoxious. And I'm not saying obnoxious purely as like saying that's a terrible thing. Hooray! Well, good news, guys. It looks like we might be going in 1-0. Which is a pleasant surprise. Yeah, exactly, the stuff of nightmares. I guess we could have gone over here and gang-fouled this guy. That was the other option. Yeah, I do. I could have done that. Totally could have done that. Couldn't have really protected myself as the downside, so... Did our KOs stay out? Or did those get... I think one of those just happened. Yeah, so one of our KOs stayed out. I'm wondering if we just get out of his way here. Do we double decker and see if he wants to go for the win? Because we're not going to stop him, right? Like, there's very little chance we stop him. So maybe we double decker and see if he wants to try and push for the win or if he wants to push for a draw. And if he pushes for a draw, at least we haven't lost too much of our team. Just another catcher. Oh, we're down so many players. Set up for blitz or deep kick. I mean, we could set up for blitz. I mean, that's fair, but he's going to surround us, right? Yeah, I mean, maybe we should just in case. I'll do it. I'll do it. Hopefully we can get away. And you know, I would hate myself if a blitz did happen. And now he has to have kind of a respectful setup, right? I mean, the fact that he can just frontline the whole team and it's not really a problem is pretty disgusting as well. You know, and he's not worried about failing a block here or anything. Which arguably he should be. Maybe he should send one guy at least back just as a insurance in case one of these blocks failed, but I guess with dwarfs especially, there's like just a feeling of sort of invulnerability when you're blocking. I feel like all I've been doing lately is feeding people SPP points. I'm on a bit of a run, which obviously does not necessarily dictate the future, but yeah. Turns out didn't pan out this plan, so it's time to run away. Oh, he's remembered there's a ball. Picked it up. You know what would make dwarfs a little bit better for other teams? Is if they didn't come with sure hands as well. Like if they're handling, because that's, you know, that would be one, like a little weakness they could kind of build into them. I was just wondering if there was a way I could kind of punch through and actually go threaten him. This guy is a problem. Yeah, they really don't need rerolls. They've got built-in skills for everything. Two dice against on that guy isn't great. Guard on this guy, so I can't really get a good block there. Don't really have enough players to make anything happen. If I stood this guy up and hit here, pushed him back, I could get a way through there. Yeah. I got an extra reroll. I could reroll this. I imagine he could have done. Oh, tackle doing things again. Why do we even have skills? I mean, I know it sounds a bit sort of complainy, but they really come with a lot of the key skills of the game, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, we've got two players on the ball. He can come back and chain this out potentially, but he's not super fast, so maybe it's awkward. But I mean, honestly, probably he just runs back and blocks us off the ball and then progresses next time. But it felt like it was worth a shot. It was worth throwing something at. He's not knocking these guys down, which unfortunately means he's saving all his powers for the guys on the ball, but yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, it is passive, but yeah, it's true. It kind of goes against my natural instincts as well. This is more naturally the kind of way I would play. So he's going to do that, and then he's going to do this, I presume. Of course, the danger with that is that this guy has sidestep. So actually, you really want to be hitting this guy, which I think he's maybe just realized. So maybe now he's going to come in like this? I don't know. Yeah. Well, we could still sidestep and leave this guy on the ball. Yeah. I think one of the interesting things about it is it seems like it's really good on seems like it's better once you get to like the knockout stage, right? Didn't use a tackler. This is interesting. Still has this guy to bring in. Doesn't follow either. Is he gonna dodge? It's gonna dodge. Oh man. He's gonna dodge, and because he's dwarfs, it's gonna be easy and work. So now I think he just pops this guy here, and he's pretty much safe. That doesn't feel safer. Oh, I think he doesn't know what to do. Well, that's given us a chance, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So I guess we really want to be here. Got to put tackle zones on these guys. Well, it's hard to get anybody else involved here, but... I think that's about as good as we can do. There is a chance. There's a chance. I mean, I suppose the good thing is now it's almost certainly a draw, which I kind of figured it was anyway, but there's also an outside chance that... Ooh, hello. 2 more of those and it's game over. Okay. I mean, that's still pretty tasty. Oh, a push there would have been nice, wouldn't it? We'll just go next to him. For what it's worth. It's worth a lot. Because, you know, it's less guys he can surround him with. Well, he powered us, which isn't ideal. Didn't kill us, though, on the plus side. I think he can probably get this relatively safe again as well, but maybe he fails to pick up the ball. Oh, that's bold. What? What? Why would you put him there? Like, if you fail this pickup, this is an absolute disaster. Is he gonna maybe hit this and then bring this guy back? No, he's gonna take the more greedy option. I mean, this is not, in my opinion, this is not the right play, but he'll probably get away with it. But it's not right. He's just assuming that this is gonna work, which I don't think you should do. If it does work, I guess he goes 3, 4, 5, 6. He's still gonna have to GFI, right? I would have hit that guy, pop the guard back here as a safety precaution. Gets it. Boo. Oh dear. I don't think you really want to hit this guy. I guess you do. Got 2 dice against on the ball. It's not great. But considering how surrounded it is, it's better than nothing, right? It's probably our last chance. So I think we drop a reroll on it. Cross our fingers for 5s and 6s. I'm not going to get anybody up because I don't think it helps us in this situation, and I don't think we're going to have more chances. Almost. You know what? Let's do it. Screw it. I don't think we got a good chance anyway, so let's... We've got quite a few guys out, so the one turn's going to be awkward. So let's just see if we can get him to roll some pushes. He's down to 1 reroll, so things going wrong are a problem. He's going to be scared to reroll pushes. Okay, okay. We'll just keep heading in. I imagine we'll have some injuries coming up, but... You know, you got to squeeze into the area where the ball is, just in case things change up. Against a team that didn't have tackle on every player, this would be quite a, you know, dangerous situation. You know, and I suppose where does he go now anyway? Because, like, a lot of his team is tied up, so I'm not sure he can advance that far. Yeah, I think this is actually still slightly awkward for him. At least for a turn. Does he move? If he does, how far does he go? It's not getting many armor breaks so far, which means we can theoretically stand guys up. Probably wants to... Okay, so he's going to come blitz this guy. Then maybe move up one. Is he going to run for it? Oof. Hey, we actually have dodge there. Maybe I should have stood this guy up again. In the end, they'll get you. They'll wear you down. I don't feel like I'm going to get a one-turn attempt. I mean, I suppose technically. I don't know how good I am at one-turning with 7 players. Against a line full of guard as well. Like, I mean, it's going to be... You know, I suppose arguably you could say that, but I feel like the odds just decrease more and more. He's still like, and the other thing is, if we just lay down, he can get back to fouling us, right, as well. Whereas he's had to be kind of taken up with hitting us, so I feel like we'd still probably lose players, but it's a reasonable viewpoint for sure. Can't really argue with it. I was kind of trying to hope that I could pressure him into continuing to sort of potato away and maybe scoring too early. Because, you know, I was going to next dodge this guy down and round. Well, there goes another catcher. So is that two catchers down this game? I think so. But it just makes you want to play Chaos, doesn't it? Or something else equally bashy. Dwarfs, I suppose. I feel like that's probably what happens with a lot of people. They try playing sort of fun teams, and then they die a lot, and they're like, well, I'm done with this. I'm going to have a team that just kills everything else and is sort of reliably bashy. Orcs as well, right? Are good for that. Is he going to separate from the team, or is he going to stay close enough that I could hit him? Is that 2 of our dodge ones? I think the first one wasn't a dodge, but it was a leveled up one. Yeah, exactly. Does he bring this guy down? Well, he's actually managed to give me the outside chance for 1 dice here. I mean, not even necessarily griefing. Like, to some degree, it's just like I'm just going to play a team that is that won't die, right? And does the bashing. I'm going to be the basher rather than bashee. You don't even have to sort of go out of your way to just kill people. There is a strength. There is one of the huge strengths of dwarfs, right? And here's the other one. Well, I guess it's still technically a draw, but it's a long, slow draw, right? A long, slow, painful draw. Which is the dwarven way. I feel like I don't know if there's many players that don't just sort of inwardly groan every time they roll into a dwarf team. I almost don't think it matters what I'm playing. Like, I always just am like, oh, dwarfs. Maybe there's some people that are like, oh, nice. This is exactly what I want to play. But I think for a lot of people, it's, you know, you're hoping it's not going to be one of those games. You think yay dwarfs? I bet you don't. Oh, I have to look that up. I haven't seen them. When did I last see The Matrix? I have seen The Matrix. I'll have to check that out. I need to get my coloured lights going again to amplify the effect. But yeah, he's one of the ones on the ship who oh, I wish Dodge helped. Who is like one of the tech guys, right? Here's the time. Yeah, we can look past that. That's not the actor's fault. Joe Pantoliano. I recognize that name. He must have been in some other stuff. That's probably not the most ideal pronunciation of that either. Oh, U.S. Marshals. Oh, is he in The Fugitive as well, or is he just in U.S. Marshals? Is he one of the ones? Is he one of the team that goes on the hunt for him? I feel like he might be. Show me more stuff. Matrix. Maybe he is just in U.S. Marshals and not in in The Fugitive. I haven't watched US Marshals as much. What's going on here? Is he... I mean, honestly, he kind of deserves to lose for that. That's so unnecessary. And when I say unnecessary, I just mean risk. I mean risky. Oh, I made the dodges. Yeah, I know. I feel like I hate that. Unless you're up, I kind of hate that. He's not even going to level up on it. I mean, you know, I do understand it, but boy, that's risky, right? He's got one reroll left. If he fails that, and then I suppose he picks it up with a runner next turn, but it's still not super great odds. I mean, it's not super great odds for it to fail, I suppose I should say. We don't have a lot of guys left. But hey, we got the draw. We got the draw in the first half. The second half was just the punishment for getting the draw. Alright, alright. We do the usual setup for Riot. I suppose you could also argue save the reroll for the potential Riot for your dodges through. I feel like we failed a lot of dodges this game, but I suppose a bunch of them have been pretty... It's kind of ironic. We failed a lot of like 2 and 3 pluses, but then we made a a 5 plus 6 plus at the end there. I suppose you can't choose what you pass and what you fail. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. Alright, let's get a Riot. I'm just gonna blitz this guy. Boom. Could you make it? You could, so let's try and level up a guy to make up for the fact that everything else has gone so poorly. Oh, it's so easy when it doesn't matter. Okay, just for fun. Let's do this. Optimally speaking, we should have done one of those rerolls at a time, but So, a good draw there. I don't know if you can call it a good draw when you've lost your catches and then we can't replace them because we rolled a 1. Oof. But we did level up a blitzer. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty painful, right? But I mean, we had a few chances there. We got the ball free, you know, like it could have bounced differently and we could have gotten a little bit more luck and got out of there with it or something. He gave us a few little chances. But it was always going to be tricky. And he never really had any problems recovering either. That's right, he dodged, didn't he? That could have gone horribly wrong. So, I mean, we forced some risky plays out of them. So what do we do here? I mean, I feel like tackle is the way. Part of me wants to make a war dancer. I know it's not the general way you go, but I mean, war dancers are great on wood elves, right? Why not have one for these guys? Let's see what our lineman rolls. 7, so I think that's probably just going to be a wrestler. Yeah, let's get tackle. If we don't, we'd definitely come up against something that we really want tackle on. Alrighty. Well, that puts us at, I think, 522. Let's have a look. Yeah, 522. Eh. It's alright. If we were going to get draw, I'd have preferred it to be a more fun match, but we'll take it anyway. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to disappear next. I've still got to eat dinner and then get ready in a couple hours to play my my first Blood Bowl 3 game. So yeah, I'm definitely going to disappear for a little bit, but I'll be back in a couple hours just to play that. It'll just be that one and then done. Because it'll be too late by after that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Dweebeer, and you other guys as well. Despite some really horrendous matches, we we made it through. That last one, at least, we got some kind of result from it, so there is that. But yeah, thanks much, and I will catch all you guys very soon. Bye for now.